Welcome to the Wine Elder. Today's wine is a Syrah from the winery is called Amista. They are in the Dry Creek Valley, which is right at the northern end of Sonoma County. It kind of runs from the town of Hillsburg. There's two little valleys that go north of there. On the right is the Alexander Valley as you go up, and on the left is the Dry Creek Valley as you go up. It goes from the town up right to the base of the reservoir there for Lake Sonoma. Amista's right about in the middle of the Dry Creek Valley. The Syrah comes from the Morningsong Vineyard, and it is a 2014. The Dry Creek Valley is known for Zinfandel. In my opinion, the world's greatest Zinfandels come out of the Dry Creek Valley. They make some fantastic ones there. But they do grow a few other things there. There's some Italian varietals that are grown there. And a little bit of Syrah, which is what we have here. Syrahs are from the Rhone Valley, traditionally. In the southern Rhone Valley, they blend them with Grenache, Mourvedre, a dozen or so other grapes, and do red blends. In the northern Rhone Valley, Syrah is either by itself or blended a little bit with some Viognier, Roussanne, Marsanne a little bit. But it's more or less straight Syrah in the northern Rhone. It's also the same grape, you may have heard of it, is Shiraz, is typically what they call it in Australia, which has a very different flavor profile than the European style does, than the Californian style. It's grown in Washington as well, and they've kind of got their own style. So let's take a look at it here. It's a very plummy red color. Not really, kind of garnet. Not really all that tawny. It's a very rich, intense red garnet color or ruby color. This is really juicy in its aroma. You can really smell the freshness of it. Getting a little bit of kind of leathery aroma. A little bit of anise, maybe, which is kind of that black licorice essence. Just a little bit peppery. Let's give it a taste here. It's about medium bodied, maybe a little bit on the lighter side of medium. Syrahs can get very heavy, especially the Australian, the Shiraz style. This is closer, I think, to the Rhone style. It's a little bit lighter bodied. It still has really good balance. It still has a lot of nice depth and layers of flavoring to it. This makes it very interesting. But it is on the lighter side. It has more peppery in the taste than in the aroma. Once I taste it and got it on my palate, it's kind of almost like a little tinge. You could almost mistake it for some acidity, but the fruitiness kind of doesn't make me think of that. It makes me think it's not spicy, but kind of peppery. Not like a dry pepper, maybe a white pepper. But it does have a good depth to the flavors to it. And just like it's rolling around in the back of my throat, back of my tongue. It's light enough in its body that you could drink this on its own. It doesn't. A lot of times, you have to pair a dark, heavy red with meat, or it just becomes overpowering. And I think the heavy style of Syrah is like that, but this lighter style you can just enjoy on its own, I think. This would go with some lighter meat dishes like lamb, grilled lamb, pork, perhaps. Pork grilled, kind of the heavier side of pork, not so much the lighter side of pork, but I would stay away from heavy type of acidic sauce dishes, things with tomato sauce with this. I think it goes better with that light grilling, like with lamb. Maybe even with heavier fatty fish, I think this would go well. For the balance on this, we'll give it a 4 out of 5. It's above average. It's a pretty good balance. I do think it can open up a little bit. You just watch me just open it up. I think this will smooth out given 20, 30 minutes open as well. It tastes like it has that characteristic. So I'm going to go with an above average 4 out of 5 balance. The depth will go 4 out of 5. It has some good layering to the flavors. Certainly above average. I would not say over the top depth to it though. Finish. We'll go 4 out of 5 again as the finish. Once again, above average, but not hugely above average, I think. I think just really good, solid quality in these aspects of this wine. For representation of a Syrah, I will go 5 out of 5 on that. Because this tastes a lot like the Northern Rhone Syrahs. I think this represents traditional Syrah, old world Syrah, much more than the average Californian does. The average Californian Syrah tends to lead to that heavier, jammier, juicy, full, rich side that is kind of over the top. High alcohol, high tannins, high everything that the Australian Shiraz style has. Because I like this old world style, I'm going to give it an exceptional 5 out of 4 because I think this represents the best of what Syrah can be. And overall taste, we'll go 8 out of 10. It's very good. 8's not a bad score, but it's very above average in an average kind of way, if that makes sense. So we've got a 4, 4, 4, 5, and an 8. That's a score of a 92 for Amista from the Dry Creek Valley.